Hi, Davina. Welcome to Ghana.
Thank you.
So, what has been your experience since you came?
It's it's been a very it's been a nice experience. Let's take the
Okay.
worry out. It's been a nice experience so far. I'm enjoying it, especially the roads. They're very entertaining in themselves. It's just that you have to be very careful on the roads. Um, I actually made a slogan myself for Ghana's trotros. Yeah, so I call them the highlights of Ghana streets. And then
That's true,
trotro.
actually.
So the motorcycle drivers, I feel like they think they're the superheroes.
Reckless.
Yeah. So that, but it's really fun to watch. Like you definitely have to be very careful on the roads. So concentrate,
Okay.
because the drivers around you don't concentrate.
Okay.
So, but people are very friendly. They are helpful and they're friendly. So that is something that was very interesting to me, which I really liked.
Okay. How was your welcome here? Like your experience from the airport? How were you received?
So landing and getting off to the airport and starting from that to coming to the immigration, I had 5 different people check my identity to see if I'm the right person that is entering the country based on the passport.
Okay.
Personally, I felt that was a bit too much, but then I also understand people need jobs, excess labor.
You go to places where you think that this is a job that can be done by one person, but then you actually realize that 3 or 4 people are doing the same job. So
I had almost 2 people check my COVID records. I do understand, and then before I even got to immigration, there was 4, and the immigration was the 5th person. The immigration personnel, like the officer, was not welcoming. I mean, I've been to different countries. They at least say, "Hello, welcome. What's your purpose?"
yeah.
I did not get a hello. I was even one that said, "Hi, how are you?" The person didn't even want me to say, didn't even say that. Move to your left so I could take a picture. I literally had to figure it out from his actions. Like, no. So that was it. And then collecting your bags and coming to the custom, which was a very unexpected interaction with them.
Okay.
And then getting out of the airport, there were so many people waiting right outside of the airport, like right at the gate.
Okay.
Felt very nice that I was being welcomed, even though
Yeah.
those people were not for me. But I felt like it was a lot, and things were all, how will I put it? Things were all over the place.
Okay.
And like even finding a cart, and once we were done with the cart to put our bags and put it in our car, I didn't know where to go put the carts back because they didn't have an area where they could
Where
put
you
it.
could put the
Right?
cart.
And then that evening was the first time we drove on the roads. I mean, the potholes on the roads,
That.
like the whole body, I feel like my whole body gets an exercise that I don't need to go to the gym, which I didn't see with
You
gyms.
know, actually, when you're on our roads and it's really bumpy, has a lot of potholes, and you're wearing an Apple Watch, you actually get a notification that you're working out. I don't know if you've experienced that
I
since
do.
you came.
I've been driving around a lot, and my watch says I have completed 6 hours of the standing and the
Yes.
steps, which I have not because I barely
Actually not.
stood up for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so apart from your experience with the custom officer at the airport, have you had any other unfriendly experience out of the airport?
No, personally, no. Like we, as I said, I'm visiting with my husband, who's visiting his home country after like almost a long time, for years. So if he doesn't remember the road, so when we go out on the roads, and at the first day we didn't have internet or data, we actually got lost, and we actually asked people that actually walked us to where our destination was. There was a taxi driver who actually asked us to follow so he could guide us to the road, and then he brought us out on the road. So people are quite friendly,
Okay.
but I can't tell the reason they're really friendly, or because they see I'm a different person visiting their country, because I look different, is that why they're friendly. But so far the experiences outside with people have been very friendly.
Okay, have you tried any Ghanaian dishes?
Oh yes, absolutely. Since I'm in Ghana, I tried the soup and fufu. Very spicy though, so I don't eat spicy food.
Yeah, we like
So,
spicy meals. So.
Yes, so very spicy food. Even when we went to Starbucks, and I expected them to cater to like normal people that are not really Ghanaian,
But still spicy.
it was really spicy for me, someone who eats once in a while. So, but what I have noticed with food wise is there is very few restaurants and a lot of street vendors.
Yes.
That was very that was quite a difference for me to see it, because we're in Canada, you see a lot of restaurants, even it's smaller shops or something, but there's not. But here I feel like there's a lot of street vendors and very restaurants.
Well, I think there are lots of street vendors because not everyone can afford to buy from restaurant. And then sometimes, even when you can afford to buy from restaurant, we have this thing that, watching in the restaurants is nice, but the one by the gutter is nicer.
I agree with you, because back in Canada, our friends always told me that I should eat kelewele by the gutter, and I actually went to eat. I actually bought some and ate like a few days ago. It tasted nice.
Compared to the ones that they serve in the restaurant.
I haven't eaten the ones from the restaurant, but
okay.
I felt it was nice. I'll also tell you the experience when we went to buy the kelewele. The lady was actually nice. She's like, like she at least said hello, and she said I look pretty. I went to the restaurant and they didn't even say hello. All right, they gave us the wrong bottle of water that we didn't want, and they didn't want to change the water because they've already inputted into the system. I felt like, by the street, maybe because they want business, they gave us better customer service.
Okay. Have you toured any places since you came?
Not basically like go to tours. Like we went to some outskirts of Accra, like to some villages. Especially where we went a few days ago, the drive was really nice. I felt like if the roads were constructed well and there were no potholes, it would be a really nice drive because they had greenery, so much open land. It felt really good to see that part of Ghana outside of Accra, where it's so crowded and not kept very well.
Okay. Have you had any police experience?
Oh yes, absolutely.
How was it like?
The police experience, like I've had two different guys, but they were nice. They haven't been mean or anything. We went somewhere a few days ago to see my husband's cousin, and we were going on a police stop. He said hello to my husband, and he was asking where we're going. And as soon as I rolled down the window, he was very nice, like, oh, like you're pretty, you Indians are always pretty. And then I told him like I'm from Canada, and he wanted to go to Canada with me. He's like, would you take me to Canada? So when a police officer wants to go to Canada, he's like, would you take me to Canada? No. Yeah. So I asked him, well, how would you like to travel, in my carry-on or my luggage bag? So the police, like that was one part of it. The second part, when there were police waiting on the road, which was
it like weird. A barrier?
Yes,
police barrier.
They had a barrier. Okay. They were checking where people were going, which was very weird. I don't know the context of why they're doing it, but they stopped us to ask where we are going and why we are going. Okay. I just felt it's personal. It's not for me to tell them that, but then obviously we told them, and then so a friend of ours was driving when we got one stopped, and then the police officer was telling that how she's standing in the hot sun and they should be considerate of that. So at first I didn't understand what that meant, and then later I was
told he was asking for money indirectly.
Yes, and later I was told that they're asking for something to help out, even though they get paid monthly. Yeah. Right? So that was very different. But so far, it hasn't been any mean encounter with the police. They ask you where you're going, and then they just let you pass through it.
Okay. Are you hoping to like go to other places, like have a tour, sort of?
Yes, we are. We actually do have planned to go to some different, like obviously a different city, Kumasi, family, and then see that. Region. Yeah, and then we also have a plan to go stay somewhere in a hotel. So and then explore that area as well.
Okay.
So that's because I feel like I'm a tourist here. So
Yes,
I
definitely.
should definitely explore that. Like I've explored a lot of inside of the city, so I want to see the other paths, hoping that are there nicer.
Certainly, it'll be nicer. Let's see. How's it like being married to a Ghanaian?
Oh, being married to a Ghanaian, what I've noticed is it's very nice being married to a Ghanaian. I can't really tell the difference. Like obviously we're two different cultures, so I can't really tell the difference. But
Yes,
the food.
culture bit.
Yeah, but we haven't really noticed the difference of the culture. But
Okay.
the food, definitely. I love plantains. I told my husband.
I think you have to take plantains back.
Yes. I told my husband if there are no plantains in this world, I don't think we will be existing again. So that will be end. So I love plantains.
Okay.
Being married to Ghanaian, so that was it. And then I love the soup. Like it's called groundnut soup.
Groundnut soup,
So I
so
love that
peanut
soup.
butter
Yeah,
soup.
peanut butter soup. Yes, absolutely. So I love peanut butter soup. So with my husband, that's what it is. Like I got introduced to that.
Okay.
After I was married to him, and I love peanut butter, so that was something like an added thing for me.
Have you tried that with rice bowls? They
Yes,
call
I
it rice
have. Yes,
bowls.
but not in Ghana though. I tried that when I was back in Canada.
Oh.
I've actually tried that in
The
Canada.
Ghanaian is doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So
Okay.
yeah. So
So meal part, like the food part of the culture.
yes, yeah. So for me, I mean, I haven't known a lot of other Ghanaians, but like Ghanaian boys, right? But yeah, being married to one, it's fun. Like
We
I
should
got
teach
to.
her a Ghanaian dance. Probably one cultural dance. One from his side of the
To just
country.
know, to know, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, your experience has been good.
Yes, it's my experience here in Accra, in Ghana itself has been good. As a visitor, absolutely. If you're saying if it's an experience that's good, so if I were to tell you, yes, it's wonderful. As a tourist, yes, it's definitely. Will I consider coming back? I will, for a visit. After when? Well, I will need a really long time to get over this and then rebuild my mind,
Sure,
right?
sure.
But as a tourist, definitely a good place to explore because everything's very foreign and new to me. I was telling my husband when we were driving, you can go to work and then realize that you've forgotten something that you need for the house, and you won't even have to stop by the like a supermarket because
Yeah.
everything's available
Yeah.
at the street, at the traffic light.
Yes,
Everything
yes,
will come to you, and you can
yes.
basically just buy and go
Yeah,
home
yeah.
and not have to get out to
Street
stop in a
vendors,
market,
yeah.
right? Like the street vendors are the ones that come to you at a traffic light.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very fascinating to me that I don't have to put efforts to go to the
To a
market.
specific
Everything's
market,
basically
yeah,
readily available
on the
there.
street. Okay. So welcome to Ghana once again.
Thank you.
We're hoping to have you another time when you swing by.
In the next 10 years, for sure. Thank you.
She said 10 years.
Actually, we're trying to do 13, so 13 years. Next will come is after 13 years.